Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. We are back out in the old guy's shed working on this 1978 Suzuki GS550. So after I was done, while I was editing yesterday's video, one of the things that dawned on me is these coils are exactly the same. So there's no reason why I couldn't move one of them to the other position. And I don't have to actually physically move them. But I can change the wiring, and as long as I don't screw it up too bad, we can make sure that one of these coils is indeed bad and the other is good, just by swapping the wiring around and then looking at our Gunson color tune to see if that fixed. For instance, I'll just go ahead and leave it on cylinder 4 over there to see if we get good combustion on cylinder 4 just by swapping the coils around. So that's what I'm going to do this morning first thing. I already before I figured that out, I already did order some replacement coils on Amazon. So I'll probably keep them anyways and install them just as a good practice. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and check out these coils, see if we can make sure that one of them is indeed bad, and then we'll go from there. All right, then. So you can see here, these are the two control lines coming from the timing down here. All right. So the white and the black are the coming from the timing, and here is where I've switched them. So now I've got white going to black, black going to white, and they should come up through here eventually and get to the two coils here on both sides. And so I got that switched out, and then to switch out the spark plug wires, I just went ahead and went from one side. So for instance, this one here, I followed it around. Where'd it go here? So this one here is actually um, labeled as 1, but now it's 3. And this one here was labeled 2, and now it's 4. Um, so that should work. It should be, it's the same as actually moving these two coils physically. It's just doing it now with wires is kind of what I hope. So let's see if we can get this thing started and see if we get any combustion here now in number 4 cylinder. Let's see if this starts up. Well, that's disappointing. Um, I may go ahead and just check number 3 again now, just to make sure that, just to make sure I'm still thinking about this the right way. But yeah, so that means we're back to the carburetor for number 1 and 4. I guess. I guess I don't know what else to do now except take the darn carburetors out again and clean them. Um, hmm. All right, so let me at least put the bike back to where it was with the. Now first I will check number 3 here at least, and then I'll put the coils and the ignition and everything back to normal, and then I guess I'll take out that darn carburetor again. All right, it's another day here out in the old guy's shed, and if I remember right, we left off with number 4, carburetor not working. I wasn't getting any combustion using the Gunson color tune. So I did a couple things. I went ahead and took out there's actually the idle adjust, I think is this one right here. So I had taken that out and then uh, squirted some carburetor cleaner in there. And then I did see a little bit of combustion over on number 4 cylinder, which was telling me I wasn't getting any gas through. So then I took out the screw here and only got a little bit of gas out. So I took off the bottom bowl here, and sure enough, the float had gotten stuck when I put it back together. So I got that fixed, and then I decided to go ahead when I took this bowl off. I saw some more crap in there. So I took the carburetor back out and went ahead and cleaned, took all the jets out, cleaned out all the bowls again. It wasn't really that bad, so I think I'm okay, but I used compressed air and blew out all the ports on the carburetors. So I think we're sitting a little bit better. Also, I found out that this adjustment under here, that's way deep in under here, is the fuel air mixture. So I went ahead and turned that down to 1 1/4 turns on each of them. I had it up at 2, and then also I've set the other idle, I think, is this one over here. I've set them all at 1 1/2. I had them at 2. So that'll give us a good starting point. I hope I don't have to adjust the ones underneath again, because they're a bear to get from this side. I might even just, if I have to do that, I might even just pull the whole carburetor back out. But anyway, so now I've got the Gunson. I've already gone through and checked, and I've got good combustion in each cylinder now. So now it's a matter of getting this darn thing warmed up, and then I'll see if we can do some adjustments. They're looking, it's still looking pretty rich to me, but I'm going to go ahead and get it started up here. And all right, so let it get, turn the fan on, let it get warmed up, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can get some adjustments done on it, and hopefully we'll get this darn thing on the road. All right then, well, I let this warm up, and I was using this adjustment here, and I didn't really see a big change in the color tune when I had it in there. And yeah, so it's running a little rich, I think, but at this point, I think since it starts right up and it sounds pretty good, I think we're gonna ride it for a while before we do anything else. So I got to clean up some stuff. I need to clean up that wiring, put the gas tank back on, get the fuel and the vacuum hose straightened out, and then take it for a ride. So we'll pause here, and maybe I'll take you for a ride. Well, and it's another day here out at the Oak Guy shed, and this is a site that we haven't seen before. I don't think, is the motorcycle all put together. So yeah, I did get it finally put together. It was pretty late the last time I recorded, and I decided to heck with it and went ahead and took it for about a 20-mile ride. So that worked out pretty good. During the ride, I could tell, it rode, it didn't stall out, it didn't have very many problems. Acceleration seemed okay. I still think I need to go back, and I'm going to take one more shot at the carbs, I think, here in the next couple of days, and we'll see if we can get those tuned up. If not, I'm going to take it someplace and see if they can do a better job. But for today, there's a couple other things I want to do, and we got one more thing coming I want to put on. I hope it gets here tomorrow. But one of the things that I knew about and wasn't sure how bad it would be when it was running, but it's kind of noticeable to me anyways, is down here underneath the exhaust. Right, this is going to be tough, so bear with me here. Yeah, so you can see this spot right here. There's actually some rivets in the bottom of this tailpipe here, and it looks like one rusted out, or something happened to it here. So, and I can hear it, the exhaust coming out of here. So I'm gonna try to patch this up today and see if we can get it a little bit better. And then I did have this crash bar here that I got off of eBay, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. It's got some foot pegs on it that might make it a little bit better riding long distance anyways. And it goes right on the front here, and I think it screws in at the top here. I'll have to have to go back and look. I had it in there once before just to see, make sure it fit. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. So I think the brackets go on here, and then there's some U-bolts that fit on the pipes here. So yep, I'll get that in. So the way I'm going to patch that, the exhaust pipe there. Let's see, where did I put it? Did I lose it already? I had it in my hand. Oh, here it is out here. So yeah, so the way I wanted to do this was I got some JB Extreme Heat weld, and I got some heavy duty aluminum foil. So I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do is get this open, get it mixed up, and then I'm going to put this heavy duty aluminum foil, get it right around the size of that hole, a little bit bigger. I'm going to spread some of this on to the aluminum foil, and then I'll place it on the patch with this stuff, you know, on the underside of the foil, and put it up against the bottom, because that hole is actually kind of deep, and I don't want to try to stuff anything in that hole. I'd rather put the stuff on here, put this on the hole, let that cure. Then if I can peel the aluminum foil off, I will, and then put another thicker layer of this JB weld over top. If not, then I'll just trim off this aluminum foil a little bit and then smear this stuff over top. It is kind of in a visible spot. If I get too big here, it would be real noticeable, but I think as long as I keep the fix small and underneath there, I think we should be okay. The first step, of course, is going to be to clean that up. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. Maybe just a small steel brush, or maybe I'll just go with some 800 grit sandpaper to see if we can clean that up a little bit. So anyways, yep, got lots to do, so let's get at it, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, then. So I got this cleaned up pretty good. It wasn't too bad. I took some 400 grit wet sandpaper with a little bit of WD-40 on it, and cleaned that up pretty good, and then went over it with some spray cleaner, and then finished it up with some denatured alcohol to clean it up. So now I got this stuff here pretty mixed up. I got a little piece of aluminum foil there, so I want to spread a little bit of that stuff on the aluminum foil, and then smack it over the hole there and see how that works. It's pretty difficult to record trying to get this set up. Yeah, give me a minute here. All right, that might work. If not, sorry. But yeah, so the mix here was did need mixing up quite a bit. Not real happy they didn't make the little jar here a little bit thicker, because it's really it's really a pain to get this mixed up in a little bit of jar without it going all over the place. You need to get something here to put this aluminum foil on. Well, I'm not going to be able to do this with gloves on, so my hands are going to get kind of a little bit gnarly. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but I've got some aluminum foil, and I've got that stuff on the underside. And now, hopefully this will, doing this upside down. I'm just going to pat it into place. All right, good deal. That might actually work. Be a first time for everything, so good. So I'll go. It's got a 2 to 4 hour set time depending on the weather, It's a little bit warm here in Florida today, but not too bad. The sun's kind of trying to peek out, but hasn't gotten out that much yet. So I'll probably give it 4 hours before I do anything at all to it. Might even be tomorrow. And then, like I said, I'm hoping I can actually peel off this aluminum foil once it sets up. And if not, then I'll just go ahead and use some more of that stuff and just cover the whole thing here, trying to keep it nice and smooth and see how that works. But anyways, we'll go ahead and pause here and I'll get going on that front crash bar. All right then, so we got the crash bar here, and it sits in and fits on the bottom of these Ford motor mounts here. Of course, it's not easy. Nothing ever is, right? Oh, and by the way, I didn't record this already with the crash bar upside down. I didn't do that, but anyways, yeah. So the crash bar here has got a hole in it, and it lines up with the bottom bolt here for the motor mount on both sides, and then these U-bolts fit up onto the frame up here and then holds the whole thing up. So it's pretty straightforward except for a couple things. So the bolt that goes through the to the motor mount, and there's a captive nut on this side, is just the right length and doesn't stick out at all, which means that's a problem for this thick bar here with the hole in it. There's nothing there to grab onto. So I went up to my favorite hardware pusher. He's always happy to see me. The problem was that the bolts that they had, the thread wasn't long enough to go through the captive nut and then give me enough length to put the crash bar on and a nut. So I had to go to these, which are Phillips head. Now I think I'll still be okay, especially just one of these on the bottom, and it should give me enough length to get the bar through and a nut on, and then I can use, I've got some washers if I need to adjust the length at all on either end. The other thing was, since I was up there, here's the U-bolt, like this one up here, that attaches to the frame. And while I was there, my hardware pusher convinced me I probably should get some new ones. so we got some stainless steel ones. I think the thread's a little bit long, but I'm not too worried about sticking over a little bit there. I think it'll be okay. It'll be up here and shouldn't get caught on anything. So anyways, let me get into this. We'll get this installed and see how it turns out. All right then, it's been about 3.5 hours or so on this little patch here. So wanted to go ahead and see if this aluminum foil will peel off. If it works, I'm going to be pretty darn happy. Ooh, it looks like it's coming off. Ooh, this might actually be a win here. This is pretty sweet. All right, good deal. Yep, perfect. All right, good. So I'm not sure how much this is coming through on the camera. It's still a little sticky, so it hasn't dried. So I'm gonna leave this just the way it is right here. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. You can feel it's still a little bit soft right in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this, let it cure hopefully overnight, and then I think what I'll do is come back with some sandpaper and smooth this out a little bit, and then put one final real thin layer over the whole thing. See how that works. So yep, this might be a good fix. Time will tell. Okay then, this crash bar here went on real good once I got it figured out. The bolts for the U-bolts coming through here, the threads are sticking out a little bit. I could cut them off, but I think they're fine just like they are. And then down on the lower ones there, it looks pretty good. Real solid, no rattles, no shaking, and seems like it's pretty good. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and finish up this episode here, and we'll be back for at least one more episode here. Like I said, I've got got a windscreen coming here one of these days that I want to put on. We got to finish up the hole in the exhaust pipe back there and take one more shot at the carbs. And I do want to pull after the 20-mile ride. I want to pull out the sparks to see how bad the carbon fouling on them was. But anyways, I want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me. Please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.